Hello, everybody, and welcome to I think it's episode 29.5. I'm not really going to count this as a full episode because it's just going to be a quick, as you can see, time lapse, and I'm just going to speak over it and just been thinking about a lot of different stuff. And as far as thank yous and certain things that I feel like I need to do, there's three of you that kind of always show up and watch almost every video within the first day or two of it being out, and that helps a lot and makes me feel appreciated. And I wanted to thank you guys. I'm not going to call you out by names, even though one of them I don't know your name because you're kind of just a not random, but you're subscribed, and I don't see your name because you're not you don't have a public account, which is all cool. But thank you guys for showing up again. Um, and yeah, so pretty much this video is for me to just talk, and I'm trying to get better at dialogue, and I suck at it. I use lots of ums and oohs and ahs, and I'm trying to get past that a little bit. And I've been doing really well with my stutter for the most part. So I decided to try to do one of these. And so today I want to talk about plans for the world, goals for the channel, and yeah, so plans for the world. I still have a few things that I want to work on. There's the woodland village that I still don't have a name for. I still haven't quite gotten something down to solidify a name. I've been working on a banner too off camera. Just meh, it's coming together. I need a nice solid name, and I need to just sit there and kind of work and see what I can do with the space that I've allowed myself. But I might have to end up expanding that due to issues with space and trying to make a building in such a tiny area. So that's going to be a thing. There's the castle, which I'm going to end up having to move because the area that I'm using that area. I've started to put down the ground lines for another project that I want to work on, which is going to be the overworld entrance to the Nether Hub, which originally was going to go into the man cave. But that little cave, I started to think that I wanted to change it up, which, as you see, I have been changing it up quite a bit. So I've gotten rid of the Nether. I've reset it a couple of times, used it for levels and all that good stuff. So that's good in a sense. Also, so right over the mountains, right behind our little hidey hole man cave thing, I've started to just kind of lay down a little bit of pattern and palette and kind of messing around with things to see what I can come up with for it. It's going to be a pyramid-ish-esque type of style to it. We might work on that next week-ish or so, as well as we need to get a few more farms up and running. I might not do videos on those just because we've done most of the farms we started on our original map that we started back a couple months ago, but because of corruption and other issues that just suck because console sucks, we've had to start over, which is cool. I'm really enjoying this world. This world, I have so much kind of brain juice flowing. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. As well, I want to set up a jungle area, which I have a jungle in mind, but it's kind of far away. I'm going to kind of spiral around one of these days and really explore to see, all the little hidden ways and caves, just to mess with how I want the world to kind of be laid out, because I want there to be a mythos behind the world, not just what is it called? Not just, placing, oh, this is this and this is that. I don't want it too jungled and messed up. Right in the area of our hole, there's a lot of mix match stuff, but that's just because that's our base area. Everything around it, from the power beam and the ancient seal, to the woodland mansion, to the nether hub, to the building for the nether hub, and all these other little things, I want to have like a story behind it. So that's what I'm gonna do. And we also need to get a library, I want to build a tower-ish thing in the middle of the desert. There's a desert just to the north, I think, which is a nice big size, and it doesn't have too many things surrounding it, so we don't have to terraform. It's nice and kind of flat. That I want to go ahead and make as if it's a very ancient library, kind of, and kind of like base it around like the Library of Alexander the Great, and that's going to hold all the records and all the little bits and pieces of the world that we've created. That's the plan anyway. We need a jungle temple. I think I just talked about that, but we need a jungle area, and I want to make a jungle temple and kind of get all these different little things with their own flavor and their own culture kind of growing up. I don't want it to all be the same. So that's why I'm taking a bit more time in between builds, and one of the reasons why I decided that now was the time to go ahead and make the change to focus on the man cave, so that I can run through a few of my thoughts. I have a notepad and a piece of paper with me almost everywhere I go to write down ideas. And so I have, I don't know, 10 or 15 different ideas to kind of flow on. So we have an underwater base, we have the floating islands, which I haven't touched because I started to do it and it was going good, and I went over there, and somewhere along the lines I just kind of lost the inspiration for that build. So where that little area is going to go, I don't know. I know I'm making the farm right there for all the guardian drops, so that's going to be something good. We need to start working on the actual nether hub in the nether, because running over land is starting to get really annoying, especially to the guardian farm area. I found the entrance to the, what is it called? The end, and I've actually gotten everything for it. There was going to be a video on it, but something went wrong. I record straight off the PS4, so if I accidentally bump the share button the wrong way, it'll stop recording or restart the recording and delete what it has. So it's one of those things where it sucks majorly that I record like this, but I have a potato laptop. It doesn't work too well, so I can't really record on it or anything, which is all good. It's just, it means that I'm limited, and then if I do anything to mess up the recording, there's really no going back on that. So drawbacks. Still, it's a PS4 is still really great to start off from if you are looking to do YouTube. I know I'm not that big right now. I got 10 peeps, and thank you to all 10 of you. Thank you so much to all 10 of you. PS4 is $200-300, some maybe $400, some depends on where you are, and then you can play your games, you can record on it, you can record video and audio for almost anything that you do on there, and then you have an editing program on there that also accepts external music. You can make your pictures there, so you can do all your thumbnails, which you'd end up having to go on a computer to actually upload your thumbnails, because we don't have the ability on mobile or the PS4 to really do any of that video setting stuff, which sucks, but it's whatever. So, PS4 is a really good option if you're looking. I wish I would have just invested into a computer, but I've met so many good people on PS4 that I wouldn't have wished it any other way. In all reality, I probably wouldn't have changed my mind. It probably wouldn't have changed. I still wish I would have gotten the PS4. But it does cross my mind that maybe I could have done the PC thing, but it's whatever. So where was I? I got off on a tangent. End farm. There was the end, which I had found where it is, and I've set everything up to do it, but I lost the footage for that. So probably this week or next week, we're going to go in and we're going to try to raid it, and we're going to try to kill the dragon, but I don't think it's going to go too well, because as of right now, earlier this week, last week actually, it's been a week that the wither's been running around in the world, and I think I'm out of draw distance, so it's not really wrecking anything, but I still have no idea how I'm going to fight this thing, and there's a reason why. I've done this before. on Mitch Cat's world, and it's the Great Wither incident. I'm not allowed to have anything on his world that relates to any sort of boss summoning, which for good reason too. I released a Wither, and it took us like, I don't know, 2 or 3 days of us constantly kind of going in there and trying to kill it to really kill it. So I'm no longer allowed Wither Skulls on his world, and I did it again. I summoned it in the overworld like an idiot when I probably should have just went right down into my mine shaft and spawned it in there. But no, Tom had to try to be a badass. It didn't go too well. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna try to do that and get a mob farm set up and do all that stuff. Probably grind out a couple of elytras, and then we can fly. I haven't flown yet, outside of like creative mode and stuff. But I'm so hyped up. I'm so wanting to fly. It's gonna be great. But yeah, there's a bunch of plans, a bunch of things going on, and it's fun. It's fun. It really is. So, if you liked, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed yourself. It was a bit of a talky episode, but you know what? Sometimes little bits of talky episodes are fine. It also gave me time to just sit down and finish the pond on the waterfall because it started to really bug me. We added a bunch of foliage, a bunch of all that good little itsy bitsy stuff that gets you kind of going for the day. Well, for me anyway, kind of really, when you start doing like the little fine details and you see how it's turning out, it just makes you feel wonderful. But I used a bunch of different blocks that I haven't really used before in it. We'll probably walk through it next episode and kind of talk about before we sit down and do anything. Next episode, we should be working back in the man cave, and we should be finishing most of that up next episode. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Twitter and Twitch links will be down in the description. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. As always, thank you, and have a wonderful day.